Now, before we get into the video, I just want to say thanks to everyone who see my community post and wish Lola well. She's back home now and hopefully on the mend. We think a wasp or bee might have stung her and she had a bad reaction to it, so we've got our fingers crossed there. But, enough of that. Back to the reason that yous lot are all here, which is, of course, the militant unions that have planned rail strikes, as you likely know. This is going to affect many people, but to my eyes, looks like a political attack on the government because the Partygate nonsense didn't get rid of Boris Johnson, did it? Of course, I could be wrong there, but the timing of it does make it seem like it's a possibility to me, alongside them wanting more money, of course, but that's nothing new, is it? Now, whatever the real reason for doing this is, I've got to say, it's not going to end well for the unions or train staff, and it certainly won't turn people against the government that ain't Labour voters anyway. The unions are all deeply connected to Labour, which the public knows for the most part, and with the rhetoric coming out of these unions literally being the same tripe that Labour activists spout, it's actually likely to win Boris Johnson some support back, if anything. This former union idiot here appearing on GB News yesterday certainly will do that because he acts like a complete prat, and he actually claims the public support these strikes when I'm yet to hear a real person in my life say that they actually do. Everyone I know who spoke to me about it are not happy with this plan to do this, because why would they be?
And look, a lot of people listening to this will think, you know what, my job's under threat, or I'm also facing a squeeze with the cost of living. I've got lots of problems myself, but you're holding me to ransom by holding these strikes. Children that haven't been able to go to school to take exams won't be able to get to their GCSEs because they can't use the rail networks. People trying to go about them. We're talking about millions of people being disrupted by this, not once, not twice, but 3 times in 1 week. It's not just about red meat to the government. This is in line with public opinion.
Look,
people don't want this.
Public opinion from people you meet, public opinion from working class people out there. Hold on, I didn't interrupt you.
Okay.
I didn't interrupt you. Let me answer.
Now, yes, I'll give it to him. Maybe Socialist Labour tosspots on Twitter love this idea, but the general public don't, showing to me that this idiot lives in a bloody dream world. But then again, that's not surprising, is it? It's as bad as the ones running around saying these strikes are the working class people putting it to the government or fighting back, when last time I checked, train strikes only affect the working class trying to get to work themselves, you idiot. From what I can tell, the way the public see it is overpaid train staff are demanding more money, and to piss off the government, they'll stop everyone else getting to work for, 3 days or something. This is never going to win you any friends at the end of the day, is it? And will actually only weaken these unions as public support moves towards removing unions, full stop. This here is actually possible because reports suggest that other militant unions from various sectors are considering joining the RMT1 in striking, which will create chaos in an attempt to weaken this government, if you ask me. But when the rubbish piles up in the streets like it did before, I can bet you now the public won't be supporting any strikes and will likely support the government going scorched earth policy on these unions. In fact, there is actually talk of agency workers being put in place for future strikes, so maybe it's already heading that way by the looks of it. If you ask me, though, the government needs to take a stand against this, or it will only ramp up in future. You let them take an inch and they'll start demanding a mile, as we've seen. But for now, I think I'll leave it there. So as always, guys, thank you all for watching. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Subscribe if you ain't already, and I hope to see you all in the next one.
Where